Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're going to cut through the noise, and dive into something really fundamental. What technology actually is.
Hmm.
Forget just the shiny gadgets for a second. Our sources, well, they reveal that technology has these two essential parts, often kind of hidden.
That's right.
We're going to explore what they are and why getting this will totally reshape how you see everything, from your smartphone to maybe even that chair you're sitting in right now.
It really does change your perspective.
Yeah. So our mission is to pull back the curtain on these two forces that really drive innovation.
It's true. A lot of us, we instinctively think of tech as just the things, right? The stuff we buy, the latest phone,
Yeah,
a new appliance.
totally.
But this deep dive into the sources, it really shows that technology is much richer. It's a more dynamic idea than just the object.
Okay.
It's this brilliant interplay, really, of two fundamental parts. And seeing both is it's key to understanding the world today.
Exactly. So let's unpack this. Our sources kind of kick us off by saying technology isn't just one thing. It's more like a powerful fusion. Yeah. Two main ingredients, the product and the process.
Product and process.
And once you grasp this difference, you'll start spotting them absolutely everywhere. It just changes how you look at, well, pretty much every invention.
It really does.
Okay, so let's start with the first bit, the one that's usually, easier to see, the product.
Right.
When you think about it, most things we call technology are items we actually use, things we interact with.
Uh-huh.
Our sources describe a product as the tangible or intangible outcome of design and innovation. It's basically the tool, the object, the system that's been made.
And that's a key point, tangible or intangible.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just physical things you can hold.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, a smartphone is a perfect example of a physical product. If you got the hardware, the screen, the device itself.
Right.
But our sources really emphasize that digital stuff, digital creations, those are products too. Think about the apps on that phone.
Oh, okay. Like the software.
Exactly. The operating system itself. These are all products, just, in a different form. The main thing is they're the result of someone's creativity, designed to do something specific or meet a need.
That difference, physical versus digital product, that's super important then.
Mhm.
Like, think about your favorite video game. The console, or maybe your PC, that's the physical product.
Sure.
But the game software itself, that whole digital world you jump into, that's a product too.
Absolutely. It's a great example.
It kind of shows how technology makes us think bigger about what an outcome even is.
Precisely.
Okay, now for the second part. This one's often maybe less obvious, but just as vital. The process.
The how.
Exactly. If the product is the what, the process is the how. Our sources define it as the series of actions, techniques, or systems used to create, manage, or improve something.
So everything behind the scenes.
Yeah. From the very first design ideas all the way through making it, checking the quality, even how it gets to you and how it's kept working. It's the method, the design steps, the invisible dance happening backstage.
Let's go back to that smartphone example again. The process there is just incredibly complex.
I bet.
Think about it. Millions, literally millions of lines of computer code written for the OS and the apps.
Wow.
Then there's the super sophisticated microchip making, which happens in these special clean rooms.
Right, gotta be perfect.
And the assembly lines putting hundreds of tiny parts together, and then, like you said, testing at every single stage to make sure it works.
Uh-huh.
Without those super refined processes, that amazing smartphone product, it just wouldn't exist, or, it wouldn't work the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes you wonder, if a brilliant product is only as good as the processes that make it and keep it going, which one is actually more valuable in the long run?
Yeah.
The product or the process?
Ooh. That's a deep question, isn't it? Really makes you think beyond just the thing you're holding.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, like, the most amazing phone design ever, but the factory process was terrible, full of mistakes.
Right. It break all the time.
Yep.
Or have security holes.
Exactly. The product would be a flop no matter how smart the original idea was.
Yeah.
So that really shows how process and product are just, like, totally linked. One affects the other's success. They're not just connected. They're kind of inseparable, really.
You can't have one without the other functioning well.
Okay, let's take these ideas out for a spin then. Let's look at some real-world examples from our sources. See how product and process mix in ways you might not expect.
Sounds good.
Let's start with something super simple, or seems simple.
Bread.
Bread. Universal.
Right. Everyone knows bread. It's a product, clearly. But have you ever stopped to think how the process of making bread totally changes the final thing. Like factory bread versus maybe the bread you bake at home. That's a perfect illustration, actually. So homemade bread, the process is usually pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah. Mix, knead, wait, bake. Kind of.
Mix some stuff, knead it, let it rise, bake it. The product you get is often unique, maybe a bit uneven, different every time.
Totally. My loaves never look the same twice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But commercial baking? Wow. As our sources show, that's an incredibly complex technological process.
How so?
Well, it starts way back, sourcing specific types of wheat on a huge scale, milling it industrially into very precise types of flour. Then you have these advanced mixing machines that control everything. Temperature, how much water, incredibly accurately.
Okay, so it's way beyond just a bigger mixer, and the baking itself in a factory must be wild.
Oh, absolutely. Factory processes often use these continuous dough systems, dough moving on conveyor belts.
Wow.
Through automated proofing rooms where the temperature and humidity are perfect, then into these enormous ovens with precise heat control. And then there's the automated slicing, the packaging. It's all designed for maximum efficiency, consistency, and making sure it lasts longer on the shelf.
Okay.
And what's really interesting here is how these process changes, especially stuff like high-speed, nonstop production that came about mid-20th century. They didn't just make more bread. They actually changed what commercial bread even is.
How do you mean?
It shifted from being sort of a craft item to an industrial product, optimized for things like super uniform texture, staying soft for days. That's a huge change, driven entirely by the how, by the process.
So factory bread isn't just homemade bread made bigger. It's actually a different kind of product because the process is so different.
Exactly. Defined by its process.
That really hits home. Okay, next example. How about something really common, like a chair? You might be sitting in one right now. What kind of challenges do manufacturers face with chairs today? And how do their processes affect, the cost, how long it lasts, even its impact on the planet?
The chair, yeah. Simple function, sitting. But its evolution is a great story of process technology.
Oh, okay.
Historically, chairs were handmade, right? Usually wood. Skilled craftspeople used hand tools to cut, shape, join the pieces. Very labor-intensive.
Took ages, probably cost a lot.
Exactly. Unique, often expensive products.
Yeah.
Our sources show how that changed dramatically, especially with industrialization.
So the chair still did the same thing, but how it was made totally changed.
Precisely.
Right.
Today, mass-produced chairs often use different materials, molded plastics, engineered wood, metal.
Yeah, you see those everywhere.
And they're made using processes like injection molding, CNC machining that's computer-controlled cutting, automated welding.
With robots and stuff.
These processes allow for making huge numbers, really consistent quality, and much lower cost per chair. Plus, modern design now uses CAD computer-aided design for incredible precision, and CAM computer-aided manufacturing, which links those computer designs straight to the factory machines.
Wow, it's all connected.
And even the science behind the materials making plastics durable but lightweight, or finding recyclable options, that's a critical process too. The whole shift from one person crafting a chair to these huge industrial systems, it changes everything about the chair: cost, durability, its whole life cycle, from getting the raw materials to what happens when you throw it away.
That's a fantastic point. Like, a designer could draw the coolest chair ever.
Yeah.
But if there aren't processes to get sustainable materials for it, or make it efficiently, or ship it without costing a fortune or harming the environment, that chair might just stay a drawing.
Or it wouldn't meet what people expect today.
Yeah, the process really dictates what's possible for the product.
Absolutely.
Okay, last example for this part. Let's think about something lots of us are wearing. A t-shirt.
Simple t-shirt.
Seems simple, right? Just cloth. But our sources show this huge chain of products and processes all linked together. What hidden complexities are there in getting a t-shirt from, like, a cotton field to your closet, especially if we start thinking about sustainability?
Oh, the t-shirt is a great case study. The shirt itself, that's the product. But the processes, immense.
Like what?
It starts with growing the cotton. That involves farming processes, irrigation, dealing with pests, harvesting. And those can have big environmental impacts.
Right. Water use, pesticides.
Exactly. Then that cotton has to be spun into yarn. That's a process.
Yeah.
Woven into fabric, another process. And then dyeing and finishing the fabric.
Okay.
This is where a lot of technology comes in. Highly automated weaving machines, complex chemical processes to get the right color and feel.
And those dyeing processes, they can be a big deal for the environment, can't they?
Huge deal. Traditional fabric dyeing, as the sources explain, often uses tons of water and can involve polluting chemicals, heavy metals. If it's not managed really carefully,
Yeah.
that's a major sustainability challenge.
Yikes.
But process innovations are tackling this. There are technologies now like digital textile printing.
Oh, yeah. What's it?
It basically prints the color directly onto the fabric, almost like an inkjet printer for paper, but for cloth. Uses way less water and dye because it only puts color exactly where it's needed.
That's clever.
Very. Or think about recycled polyester fibers, often made from plastic bottles recovered from the ocean.
Turning trash into t-shirts.
Essentially, yes.
Ugh.
Here, the recycling process itself isn't just a step. It's a game-changing technology. It takes waste and turns it into a valuable product input, making the whole clothing supply chain more sustainable.
Wow.
And because the clothing industry is so massive and global, making these processes better has a huge ripple effect, environmentally and socially.
That's incredible eye-opening. Even the simplest product, like a t-shirt, comes from this massive global web of complicated processes. Each one has its own tech, its own impact. It's definitely not just about the fabric.
Never just the fabric.
All right, ready for a quick challenge. Let's test this product versus process thinking.
Let's do it.
Our sources kind of challenge us to look at different technologies and decide, is it mainly the thing itself, the product? Or is it more about the way it's made or done, the process? Or maybe it's both.
Okay, let's see how we do distinguishing these. They can be tricky sometimes.
First one up. 3D printing, product, process, or both? What do you reckon?
3D printing. This one's a fantastic example of both. Really shows how the lines get blurred.
How so?
Well, the 3D printer, the machine sitting on the desk, that's clearly a product. You buy it, you use it.
Right, the physical thing.
But 3D printing itself also describes the whole method, right? The additive manufacturing process, building something up layer by layer from a computer file.
Ah, okay.
So the machine is the product, but using it, the act of printing, is the process. The perfect fit for both.
Cool. Okay, next one. An electric car. Product, process, or both?
An electric car. Well, usually when we talk about an electric car, we mean the product, right?
Yeah, the car itself. The thing you drive.
Exactly. It's the outcome, the physical vehicle. But to really get the whole picture, you absolutely have to consider the processes behind it.
Like what?
Like the super specialized way they have to make the batteries, the really complex software that runs everything, the unique assembly lines needed for electric motors instead of gasoline engines.
Okay, so lots of special processes.
Definitely, those processes are critical. They enable the electric car product. But the term electric car itself usually points to the final output. So primarily product, but heavily reliant on innovative processes.
Gotcha. Okay, how about this one? A vaccination program. Product, process, or both?
Vaccination program. This one leans very heavily towards process.
Really? Why's that?
Well, the vaccine liquid in the vial, that's a product, a crucial one, obviously.
Sure.
But the vaccination program, that term refers to the entire system set up to deliver it.
Oh, okay. All the planning and stuff.
Exactly. The logistics, keeping vaccines cold, getting them distributed, coordinating all the doctors and nurses, the public health campaigns to tell people about it,
Yeah.
how the shots are actually given. It's this huge, complex, multi-step method for solving a health problem on a massive scale.
Right. It's the whole operation.
Definitely a powerful example of process technology making a difference.
Makes sense. Okay, last one for the game. A solar panel. Product, process, or both?
A solar panel, that feels like a classic product.
Yeah.
It's a physical device, right?
Yeah.
Engineered specifically to capture energy from the sun. Its design, the materials they use, that really pure silicon, how it's built, it's all focused on that one outcome,
Yeah.
making electricity from light.
Okay, so product?
Primarily product, yes.
Yeah.
But similar to the electric car, the manufacturing processes to make that panel are incredibly advanced.
How so?
Purifying the silicon to an insane degree, layering all the different materials just right, assembling the photovoltaic cells.
Yeah.
It's very high-tech manufacturing. And then, if you zoom out and think about a whole solar farm, well, the installation, connecting it all to the power grid, those become huge engineering processes themselves.
Oh.
So the individual panel, product. But deploying solar energy effectively on a big scale, that relies on lots and lots of complex processes.
Fantastic. Awesome job. Everyone thinking along. See how tricky it can be. Many things kind of fit in both boxes, which really just highlights how linked they are. You really can't have one without the other working together.
They operate in concert, absolutely.
So what does all this mean for us, just, in our daily lives?
Right.
Our sources give us this nice line. Technology links human creativity to practical solutions.
That's a good summary.
Products give us those solutions directly, right? The tool, the app, the thing we use.
Yep.
And processes are like the engine behind it all, constantly making things better, more efficient, safer, more sustainable in how we create those products.
And if you connect that to the big picture, think about renewable energy again. You've got a super efficient wind turbine that's a product,
Right.
but you also need the advanced engineering, the complex site studies, the installation methods to build a whole wind farm. Those are all processes.
Okay.
Both are totally essential parts of wind energy technology. The turbine product doesn't do much good without the processes to put it up and connect it effectively.
That makes total sense. Our sources give even more everyday examples where you see this product process team up.
Mm.
A car is the product, but the amazing robotic assembly lines and those super efficient just-in-time manufacturing systems that build it, that's the process.
Complex processes.
A chocolate bar yummy product, but the precise roasting of the cocoa beans, this thing called the conching process that makes it smooth.
Ah, yes, conching.
That-
Very important process for texture and flavor.
And the clever packaging techniques that keep it fresh. All critical processes.
Totally.
Or think about an AI app, maybe like one of those language models. That's a powerful product.
Right.
But the endless coding, the massive amounts of data used for training, the really tough testing and validation to make sure it works okay, the systems to deploy it, those are the super complex processes that make the AI product possible and keep it running.
Constant ongoing processes.
Okay, so final challenge for you today. Think about one piece of technology you use every single day. Could be anything your game console, a streaming app like Netflix or Spotify, maybe even your school's online learning site.
Mm.
Can you break it down? What's its product part? And what's its process part? Really try to see how those two sides work together to give you that technology you use all the time. Give it some thought.
That's a great exercise.
Wow, okay. That was quite the deep dive into, well, the secret ingredients of technology. We've really peeled back the layers on the two essential parts that make up pretty much every innovation around us.
Yeah, it's been fascinating. So just to recap quickly, products are the things, right? The outcomes we design, build, or use. Tangible or intangible.
But
Exactly. And processes are the systems, the methods, the how. They create, manage, and improve those products, often working kind of invisibly behind the scenes.
And together, boom, they make up the incredible technology that's shaping our world right now and definitely our future.
It's everywhere.
It really is. From the simplest little gadget to the most complex digital network, it's all product and process.
And, as we've seen, both the products and the processes, they're advancing incredibly fast.
Yeah.
Faster and faster.
Yeah, seems like it.
Which maybe raises one last important thought for everyone listening. As technology gets deeper and deeper into our lives, could the increasing complexity of these often hidden processes actually make it harder for us to fully grasp the true costs or the real impacts behind the products we use every day?
Ooh, that's interesting. Like, we see the shiny product, but maybe we don't see everything that went into making it or what happens because of how it's made.
Exactly. It's something worth pondering, I think, as we all navigate this technological future. A real challenge to think about.
Absolutely. That's a great point to end on. So the next time you pick up your phone or use an app or even just sit in a chair, remember, there's a whole hidden world of products and processes working together behind it. Keep those curious minds asking questions, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive. Welcome back to the deep